UPB here from OptionMillionaires.com. It is June 19th. The market is still open. This is great. I'm getting a head start. Usually I'm doing this after the close, sometimes late into the night. It's my market update. Thanks for joining me. I also had a great video last night after my update earlier in the day. Options to trade for today. And I hit it out of the park. Let's start with one of the options I covered. US Steel. US Steel. US Steel was up over 6. It's almost 7% now. Unbelievable move we've seen in US Steel. I highlighted last night to Option Millionaires subscribers. The US Steel $19 calls were at 20 cents. 20 cents. Let's see what they're at right now. Live, real time, an hour and 45 minutes before the close of the trading session. US Steel is up almost 7%. Those 20-cent calls are at 82 cents. So you could have bought $200 worth, sold them for $820. That's hypothetical. Just putting it out as an example. Pretty nice. That's what stock options are all about. A beautiful day. Let's go to Goldman Sachs. We call them now Goldman Spectacular. Goldman Spectacular. I covered these. I've said $95 calls. $95 calls. I was like Kramer. Buy, 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 buy. $95 calls. We're at 88 cents yesterday. Today, and mind you, I was looking at the $100 calls this morning. They were at 8 cents. Right now they're at 25 cents. So you could have, those were lotto tickets. The $95 calls are at 240, hit a high of $2.88. Booyah! Great call, great call. USO, I called USO $22 cents for the $32 calls. They hit a high of 32 cents. Right now they're at 30 cents. So not so big a game there. Gain that less than 50%, about 40% gain. Oh yes, I'm a little disappointed in myself. Only 40%. Let's move on. How about Apple? Apple, I was so ready to pull the trigger this morning. The $600 calls I highlighted dropped to 83 cents this morning. I was ready to pull the trigger at about 94 cents. By the time I put my order in, it was over $1, and then ultimately went to $1.90. I missed out on 100% gain. Great move. I was also looking at Google this morning. And right now, I'm positioned in VXX calls. VXX. Let's go to VXX real quick. VXX is short-term futures on the volatility index, the VIX, short-term futures ETN. I have the $17 calls. They are at 37 cents. I got them for 34 cents. The reason I got in, I could have sold them out at 50, but I'm going for a move to 17 on the VIX. I want this gap to be filled. Let's bring up the VIX. VXX, I'm sorry, the VXX. I pointed this out in my update yesterday afternoon. This trend line support here, we almost hit it this morning. That's where I was getting in. We're bouncing now, and I like this gap to be filled about at 17, be able to get out of these VXX calls for a nice double. That's my plan. That's my game plan. Also, silver, I dove headfirst into silver just a little while ago. Look at this trend line support here. We bounced off of this morning. I like the $28 calls for 22 cents. I believe that was my entry. Nice little auto play on the meeting tomorrow, the Fed announcement. I think silver could see a nice boing, a nice 5 Viagra boing. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're trading for. Obviously, if they come out with no additional QE or stimulus measures, silver and precious metals will take a hit, take it on the chin, and you'll be down, which is why it's a lotto. 22 cents. You buy a little bit. If we do gap down after the, say, noontime hour, when they announce their next phase, their next plan to reinflate asset prices. But who knows? Nobody thinks QE is going to be announced. They think maybe it's an extension of Operation Twist and Shout. We'll see what happens. But I think silver has been beaten down. We have a nice descending wedge. Let me just pull it up a little farther here, farther back. Oh, let me go a little farther. Yeah, so it was a great day overall so far, and I'm doing this video early because I think we've seen the moves, but you can see this wedge here we have. I think we're going to break to the upside, ultimately going to hit up into the 32 range here. That's what I think. Could it happen tomorrow? That'd be great, because I'm positioned for a move. If we go to 32 tomorrow, I'll buy you all drinks. How about that? Most of you. Any of you who, well, we'll worry about that when we get to $32 tomorrow on SLV. I think more likely we'll see a rise to about 28.50, 29, and that will be a great 100, 200% return on my investment. Thank you very much. Goodbye.